This upcoming game for the Los Angeles Rams against the Washington Commanders is going to be huge for playoff implications. Let's get into why in this video. Okay, so here we are on pff.com. If you guys don't know, this is where I like to go when I'm previewing these games. Now, we're not going to be going over too much in this video about the playoffs. However, I will talk about how the Rams can be affected by this. The Packers did just lose against the Giants the other day. So the Rams are firmly in this playoff race, and if you guys don't know, I am a Rams fan. However, I will try to keep my bias out of this as much as I can. But so far, the Commanders are 4-9. If you take a look at their PFF grades, overall they are ranked 30th. Their defense, one of the worst in the league. Offense, also in the bottom third of the league at 20th. And their strength of schedule played relatively hard, but pretty much middle of the pack there at 12th. Now the Rams, on the other hand, overall they're ranked number 18 by PFF. Their power rank is 22nd for defense. For offense, on the other hand, number 7. So we have one of the most potent offenses in the league, and we'll go over why in a second. And we've had one of the hardest schedules to date. So in terms of the records, 4-9 for the Commanders versus 6-7 for the Rams might not seem too far off. However, when you look at strength of schedule played, the Rams are a much better team here. Also, when you look at the spread, the Commanders are 5-7-1 against the spread. So they have been underachieving, according to Vegas. And then the Rams are 7-5-1 against the spread. So they have been overachieving when it comes to the odds. We almost beat the Ravens last week, who are a top seed in the AFC at the moment. And the Commanders have been on a bit of a skid here. So they have lost 4 games in a row, all by almost 30 points or more. Seahawks, they lost by 3. Giants, they lost by 12. The Cowboys, they lost 45-10, I believe on Thanksgiving Day. And then last week they lost to the Dolphins, who actually just lost to the Titans the other day. So they're not exactly on the upward trend, and they haven't been a favorite since that Giants game that they actually lost. Now, Rams, on the other hand, they have been on a bit of a streak here recently and almost continued that against the Ravens. However, we lost in overtime on a punt return. And the past 3 weeks, though, we have been covering the spread. So will we cover the spread this week? It's kind of a big one for a team that's under 500 to be 6.5 point favorites. Pretty crazy. But if we take a look here, we can see actually on the green line, you can see the money line. We have a win probability of 70%, break even of 74%. Now, the market has it at minus 300. PFF has the money line at minus 224. So we're pretty far off. If you're going to be betting the money line, it's not exactly the best value there for the Rams. Where you're going to get the most value is going to be that 6.5 number if you think we're going to win by a touchdown. However, the cover probability for us is 47%, break even 52%. Obviously, that's just going to be pretty industry standard for Vegas. But yeah, in terms of the cash, pretty much everything is on the Rams. No one expects the Commanders to really win here. The Commanders have a lot of injuries here, especially on defense. And then not only that, but also on the offensive line. So yeah, and then the Rams also have a few injuries, but they're pretty much all questionable. Hunter Long got taken out last week, but he's a special teams type of tight end there. Now, best bets, obviously, like I was saying, they do like the Washington a bit more. They have a 0.6% edge on the 6.5 number, so they think the Rams could possibly only win by 3 to 6 points here. But I personally like the Rams to win by more than 6.5. I think we're going to win by either 7 or 10 points, and it can even get a little bit more out of hand. Also, they have Washington money line with a 1.3% edge. Now, going into kind of the matchups here, we'll start here with the Commanders' defense. It's abysmal. It's probably one of the worst I've seen. Now, I do like Kendall Fuller. He has been a very solid player in his sophomore year. He was one of the top cornerbacks in the league. In the past 3 years, he's been playing very good. 3rd in 2021, 15th last year, and 12th this year. Actually, one of the lone bright spots. Now, who's going to be guarding both Kupp and Puka Nacua? And that's what we're going to have to find out here. I don't think it's Benjamin St. Just. The safety help isn't going to be too great with Cameron Curl. He's okay. but Percy Butler unproven at safety. And then how are they going to get pressure on this Rams team? Casey Tuhill, not anything to write home about. Darren Payne, been a solid defensive lineman, has his flashes. Not going to be anything I'm very scared of if I'm the Rams offensive line. John Ridgway. Jonathan Allen has been very good, especially in his first 6 years. However, this year, kind of taking a step back. Is it because he doesn't have as good of a defensive line around him? That could be it. And then obviously this rookie, unproven as well. And the linebackers, not very good. Now when we look at the Rams, left side of the line, we're pretty young there. Undrafted tackle with Alaric Jackson. He has some weeks where he's playing amazing. There's other weeks where he can't really pull it together. Steve Avila playing about middle of the pack for guards. I think he's probably a better guard than these numbers show. But rookie mistakes. Coleman Shelton, he's a serviceable center, but on the right side of the line, Kevin Dotson playing out of his mind this year, playing very good, and Rob Havenstein, an amazing veteran that's been playing at a high level for a long time, showing no signs of dropping off either. Now we have also Matthew Stafford, almost a top 10 QB. Kyren Williams, the 8th running back in terms of PFF grade. Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson, who's been playing a lot better recently, and then Cooper Kupp here, ranked number 30th, but has had an amazing week last week and had a touchdown in the week before. Definitely coming back. Tyler Higbee, I believe, is hurt, so Davis Allen played a very good game last week. He had his first touchdown and also a really big play in that game, so we'll see if he continues to shine. Other side of the ball now. The Rams have a lot to look forward to in this Washington game, considering just how bad of an offense they have. Now, Sam Howell, I will give him his flowers. He's been playing very well. He has a lot of passing yards, but he's just kind of an unproven QB. I like watching him play, but he can't win games yet. Terry McLaurin, very good wide receiver, but obviously not as good of a quarterback play as of recent. Jahan Dotson, kind of sad this year. Curtis Samuel, still a solid receiver. They have great receivers in Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson might be injured this week. Logan Thomas, one of my favorite tight ends coming into this year, kind of disappointed me. Sometimes he can grab a lot of touchdowns, and hasn't been really seeing that this year. Actually, a pretty solid O-line for Washington here. Their centering and guards could, use some work, but their tackles, playing better than, a normal team. So just average, I would say, an average NFL offense right there. Terrible defense for the Commanders, average offense. However, the Rams have Aaron Donald. The Rams have Bobby Brown III and Kobie Turner, who's been turning up recently. They have Byron Young, who has also been doing extremely good recently. Byron Young and Kobie Turner lead all rookies with their sack numbers. And then Jonah Williams, has his flashes. Michael Hoyt actually had a good game last week, hasn't been playing the best this week. However, Aaron Donald, Kobie Turner, Bobby Brown, and Byron Young have been on a tear recently. And then ahkello Witherspoon has his ups, has his downs. Some weeks he, gets a pick. Some weeks he blows an assignment. Who are we going to get there? I don't know yet. Darion Kendrick playing much better this year, has had a problem with penalties, and that's where most of his grade probably goes down, but can be a very good corner on any given week. Jordan Fuller, very solid safety, and John Johnson sealed that game against the Browns, and has been getting back into his role since taking over the starting job. Ernest Jones, the Rams think this is one of the top linebackers in the league. I agree. And then obviously Troy Reeder hasn't been playing as good as he did in 2022. However, he does make plays here and there. So how do I think they compare? I think the Rams have probably the 12th best defense in the league. If I had to give a rough estimate, I would say that the Commanders have probably a 16th to 17th best offense. And now in terms of offense for the Rams, I would say they have probably a top 7 to 8 offense from what I see. And then I'd say the Commanders have the 30th or 31st best offense, or basically almost worst, defense in the league. So that's kind of where I see it. Where do you guys see it? Let me know in the comment section below how you think this game is going to go. I think the Rams are going to win by 10 points here. I think the Rams are going to win 31-21, so a 10-point win, and I am expecting the over. I'm expecting the Rams to cover. I really like that 6.5 number. I wouldn't be betting them minus 7.5. I'm not sure if they're going to win by 7 or more. I think they're going to win by 10, but I am really liking that 6.5 number. Personally, I know I'm not a betting channel, but that's what I'll be doing personally for the Rams. So let me know what you guys think. Let me in the comment section below, comment, and then also leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.